In a world shattered by nuclear fire, you'd think people would be too busy scavenging for bottle caps and dodging death claws to be insufferable. Yet, somehow, the wasteland always finds room for those who just have to speak to the manager.
I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second. Hi, how can I help you? What the is your problem? What's my problem?
The Fallout universe isn't just home to hardened survivors and stoic wanderers. It is also a breeding ground for the entitled, the demanding, and the utterly infuriating. But who is the biggest Karen in Fallout's history? That's the question we're tackling today. And fair warning, by the end of this journey, you'll have your theories, but you'll have to duke it out in the comments. So, let's dive into the Mojave, the capital wasteland, and the Commonwealth to unmask the most irritating culprits. From bitter complainers to power-tripping leaders, the wasteland is crawling with Karens in disguise. Who will take the crown? Let's find out. The capital wasteland is no stranger to entitled characters, but some of them truly take the cake. First up is Moira Brown, the overly cheerful proprietor of Craterside Supply in Megaton. Sure, she's quirky and well-meaning, but her relentless optimism comes with a cost. You. She has no problem sending you off to get maimed, irradiated, or exploded, all for her little survival guide. Oh, and when you drag yourself back over it in burns and radiation sores, she'll cheerfully ask how it went, completely oblivious to your suffering. Karen energy? Maybe. But she's just warming us all up.
It's you and your fat ass. Go upstairs. There I am. How bad
Next in Fallout 3, there's Evan King from Urefu, a man who's turned worrying into an Olympic sport. Evan demands you solve his town's vampire problem while barely lifting a finger himself. He acts like the Homeowners Association president of a crumbling wasteland suburb, delegating everything and offering little gratitude in return. Evan's condescension is chef kiss material for Karen enthusiasts, but he's not quite the pinnacle. Now in Fallout 3, let's not forget Sticky, the whiny little lamplighter desperate to reach Big Town. Sticky's Karen-like tendencies shine through in his relentless chatter and absolute expectation that you'll help keep him alive. He contributes absolutely nothing to the journey, but acts as if his safety is your sworn duty. He'll follow you around, prattle on about his dreams of Big Town, and then offer absolutely nothing when the going gets tough. Sticky might be the most annoying person in the capital wasteland. But does he have what it takes to be the Karen?
You want to go to Big Town? Of course you do!
Let's move on. The Mojave Wasteland is a harsh place, and it's no surprise that some of its residents have Karen-like tendencies. Take Joanna, the courtesan at Gomorrah. For example, while her situation is undeniably tragic, her expectation that you risk your life and limb to solve all of her problems reeks of entitlement. She's not malicious, but her demands add her to our growing roster. Then there's Pearl, the matriarch of the boomers at Nellis Air Force Base. Pearl's leadership style is the very definition of entitlism. She expects a courier to grovel for her approval, while proving their worth, all while maintaining the boomers' air of superiority. The courier practically has to walk on eggshells to earn her respect, and even then, she barely cracks a smile. Sure, she's got reasons. Her people have endured isolation and hardship, but her haughty demeanor screams, "Do this for me because I'm better than you." And of course, we can't forget the forecaster, the creepy child who offers vague predictions in exchange for caps.
Let me take off my medicine. Your face does the thinking. 2 to the skull, yet 1 gets up. Odds are against you, but they're just numbers after the 2 to 1. You're playing the hand you've been dealt, but you don't let it rest. You shuffle and stack. And a gamble. A gamble that may pay off, but how? Forecast? Rapidly changing conditions. A lot of thinking. Most of it in your face. It's almost shouting at me. Sorry if I said anything weird.
His cryptic wisdom might impress some, but his tone suggests he's doing you a favor by even talking to you. That's right, a Karen in a child's body. Truly terrifying. If there were ever a moment to call for a wasteland manager, this kid might just hand you the caps for the privilege. But is the Mojave home to the biggest Karen? Or are we heading somewhere even more insufferable? Now, welcome to the Commonwealth of Fallout 4, where the Karens truly shine. Let's start with the one we all knew was going to be in the video, Preston Garvey, the Minuteman who can't just seem to take no for an answer. Every interaction with Preston is a masterclass in passive-aggressive guilt trips. Another settlement needs your help, he'll say, as if you have nothing better to do than save every farm in the Commonwealth. It's not just the repetition, it's the tone. There's an assumption that you, the sole survivor, exist solely to clean up his mess. Preston's heart is in the right place, but his unrelenting requests make him a top-tier Karen candidate. Then there's Travis Miles, the Diamond City radio DJ. Early in the game, Travis is an insecure mess who constantly whines a lot about his life. He's awkward, self-depreciating, and incapable of handling basic social situations. When he does improve with some guidance, his initial defeatist attitude and incest self-pity earn him a spot on our list. The Commonwealth might be a tough place to live, but even hardened survivors can't help but roll their eyes when Travis comes on the air.
This is, a woman? It's just, it doesn't really sound like a woman's name. Hey, who are you writing that poem for? Skeeter! Here's End of the World by Skeeter Davis. I think it's maybe a little melodramatic there.
But none of them hold a candle to Marcy Long, the reigning queen of ungrateful settlers. From the moment you rescue her in Concord, Marcy's default setting is bitter. She complains about Sanctuary, she complains about you, and she complains about life in general. No matter how much effort you put into helping her and the other settlers, Marcy finds a way to make you feel like it's never enough. She embodies the nothing is good enough for me attitude that defines a true Karen. Even as you're rebuilding Sanctuary from the ground up, providing food, water, shelter, Marcy's snide remarks remind you that some people will never be satisfied. If there's anyone who embodies the Karen archetype, it is her. But let's not forget Mama Murphy either, another Sanctuary regular. While her drug-induced prophecies can be helpful, I guess, her insistence on chems paired with her tone of, you wouldn't understand, can grate on even the most patient soul survivor. Her self-importance and tendency to dismiss others make her a quieter but still notable candidate for wasteland Karenhood. And then there's Sheffield, the man who pleads for a Nuka-Cola as if his life depends on it. While less aggressive, his fixation on soda can feel like a misplaced priority in a world where survival matters more than his sugary drinks. So, who is the biggest Karen in Fallout's history? Is it Moira, the cheerful Oblivion enthusiast? Sticky, the whiny tag-along? Preston, the guilt-tripping Minuteman? Or Marcy, the queen of discontent? We could spend hours debating the finer points of Karenhood, but in the end, the choice is yours. Drop your pick in the comments below, because if there's one thing Karens love, it's stirring up a bit of drama. And if you ever wondered about the ultimate luxury in the Mojave Wasteland, we previously tackled Tenpenny's quest for the perfect Mojave getaway. Let's just say, the Mojave has no shortage of opinions on where the rich should relax. But maybe we missed a few in this film. Think about it, guys. Could it also be Caesar himself, who ironclad rules and absolute refusal to compromise make him a dictatorial Karen? His inflexibility and cult-like control of the Legion scream "speak to the manager" energy, except in this case, he is the manager? Or perhaps it's Elder Maxon, whose rigid, holier-than-thou attitude feels like the Brotherhood's version of an entitled homeowner association president, micromanaging the wasteland tech inventory with all the warmth of a malfunctioning Protectotron. Or maybe it could be Dean Domino from Fallout New Vegas' Dead Money DLC. He definitely deserves a nod. Dean's smug superiority, endless complaints, and manipulative nature make him a serious contender for the crown. And what about Desdemona of the Railroad in Fallout 4? Her unwavering belief in the Railroad's moral high ground, paired with her often brisk dismissal of anyone who questions her methods, could be interpreted as Karen-esque in its own way. Or maybe, just maybe, the real Karen, guys, was us all along, pestering the Wasteland's NPCs with endless questions, relentless trade offers, and our habit of looting every room we enter. Think about it. In the eyes of the humble NPC shopper, we're the ones storming in, demanding they buy back 40 pounds of random junk, and then we get annoyed when their caps run out. So, the Wasteland, though, it is a big place. And entitlement, it definitely knows no bounds. So guys, who is your biggest Karen? Let the arguments begin. Is it Marcy, Kaiser, or maybe someone we didn't even think of? And remember guys, even in the apocalypse, there's always someone ready to complain.
I hope you're so proud of yourself. What are you going to do when it rains?
Stop it. Get some help.